Raul here for Bass Musician Magazine, and today we have the great honor and pleasure of chatting with Ralph Burbo with EBS Professional Bass Equipment. He's got some great news for us, so without further ado, Ralph, what do you got?
We got this new Stanley Clarke signature acoustic preamp, which is a product that we launched just a couple of days ago with Stanley Clarke, the legendary bass player. We started this project about 3 years ago when Stanley visited Stockholm. So we had our guys meeting up with him, presenting some ideas for a new signature preamp. He got very excited about it and involved his tech, Travis, and they went through the ideas and then came with feedback, and we made him a prototype, and that went back and forth a few times and ended up with a final sample that he got last November and that he has been using on stage and in the studio since basically a year.
Yeah.
And he's been very happy with it. So we are excited now to present it to everyone else. So I just want to show you a little bit how you work with this unit. It's a 2-channel preamp. It works with a signal level that is same standard as studio soundboards. So it's huge headroom, which is important for acoustic instruments, all the complex frequency range and everything. So you got 2 channels, A and B, with each of them has an input which are high impedance. So they can both handle piezo pickup systems. You can jump between the channels using a foot switch here, or you can mix 2 sources together and you get the sound out from one output, master output, or from a balanced output. And then each channel has a very similar strip of controls here. So it's bass, mid-range, and treble. And there's this filter, which you can use either as a high-pass filter to remove low bass that kind of, if the instrument or the room picks up a frequency and you get feedback or that you don't want, you can remove it. You just pick a frequency here and it will cut out everything below that frequency. Or you use this little switch to give it a notch filter function. Mm-hmm. And it's the same principle. Pick a frequency where it will scoop out in that frequency you pick here. So you can handle any type of sounds. Some, acoustic box resonates with everything that goes on around it. So if you want to reduce some of that, you can use the notch filter.
Nice.
You can of course turn it off as well, like put it in a high pass position and then just turn down the knob altogether. So, but then there's some special features connected to each channel. The main one may be this little source switch. So you can change the normal input to an XLR input, which you find on the back. So you can use a microphone, and this sends phantom power. So you can use any type of microphone, just plug it in and it will get phantom power from the pedal, which means you can mix like a piezo system with a regular microphone. Mix the sound of the 2 sources together in this pedal and send it out for recording or to your amplifier from the same unit. There are like plenty ways of using it. I'm looking forward to see how people will work this out and come up with different approaches, how they use different type of inputs and or what they found. It's always like people being creative with the gear you make, and then you learn as much from the users as you try to learn the users from the beginning. So we're looking forward to that. And it also has a little special switch on the A channel for electret microphones. So they also need a little bit of power, like a phantom power thing, but it's only 5 volts. But it's enough for a lot of these microphones. They're not so very common, I think, but they are used in some acoustic instruments, not just bass. So. Then there's a recording output with a little speaker simulator here. It's emulated speaker simulation, so it's because the pedal is all analog, but it kind of sounds a little bit more like you're running the sounds through a speaker. The ground lift to remove any hum. Then you have an aux input and a headphones output in case you want to play along to music or practice learning new songs, or just to give you some extra monitor when you play on stage. Pretty straightforward all analog product, but with a lot of options and really powerful filters to shape your sound. Looking forward to see you start using it and see what you think about it.
Got you. Well, and I noticed that on one side you've got ports out to go to your pedal board to do looping.
Yeah, it has this effects loop. It requires a special cable, like an insert cable with a stereo plug at one end that goes to tip and ring, which becomes send and return. So you can loop in your effects after the equalizer on the pedal. And then the effects comes out with the output here. It also has a tuner out, so you can connect your tuner. You can set that so it is on all the time, but you need to remove the cover to do that with a little dip switch. But as it is from straight out of the box, when you push the mute button, the tuner out will become active. So, and it also comes with a power supply, so you don't have to buy an extra power supply or anything. So.
Good to know. Well, Stanley Clarke's sound is so iconic, and I know that it's kind of the golden standard that many upright players strive to achieve. Now, granted, they're going to have to work on their talent and their skill because Stanley's got that down pat, but this gets them one step closer to achieving that sound. And I'm also aware that they're always challenged with getting their signal from that acoustic instrument to a soundboard or front of house. And this has the ability to cover with the piezos, with microphones. I mean, it is like a multi-functional tool that has been so well thought out. This is excellent. How soon are these going to be available?
Well, it's shipping right now and arrives in the US about next week. And it's already available to pre-order from Swedeorder, I think. And there's more dealers around the corner that have ordered it from our distributor. So as soon as it lands in the US early next week, it will start to ship out to dealers.
And if people want to know more about this, maybe look up a little of the details and the tech stuff, where's the best place for them to look?
That will be ebssweden.com. That's where we collect the information about all our products and present news. And there's some new videos coming that shows the pedal in action. And so the ebssweden.com is this good start if you'd like to know more about the product and other EBS products as well. So.
Excellent. And I understand that Stanley himself has got a new project going on, so we might even hear more about this from him.
Yeah, he's setting up a new YouTube channel, I think. He will have prominent bass playing guests, and they will talk about bass playing and gear and musicianship. And it's not like a gear-oriented channel in the first place, but he is planning to talk about gear as well. So I'm sure you will see this new pedal presented by him at some point soon. We should have already had that in place for the release, but he's been so busy with this project and some recording projects, and he's doing film music and stuff like that. So we're working on it, but you will see it soon from him as well. So.
Gotcha. Well, Ralph, we appreciate you sharing this information with us. Folks, you've seen him here. Ralph Bjurbo coming to you live on Bass Musician Magazine.
Thanks.